So this is one of my regular series videos featuring a tour of one of the rooms in my new apartment. If you didn't check out last time's video, it was a tour of my living room and dining room, so we're basically moving through the apartment, and this week we will be doing my kitchen. Today is a very appropriate day to do a kitchen tour because my kitchen is getting more use than it probably ever has had in its entire life, including the previous occupant, because I'm having my housewarming, I'm having 20 people over, I'm baking everything. I'm just doing all of the baking. On top of that, I have no breakfast for next week, so I figured today would be a great day, as well as everything else since the oven is on, to make some of my amazing granola. And that is the recipe that I will be sharing with you at the end of the kitchen tour video. And the granola, I promise you, is life-changingly amazing. You will never want to have another breakfast. And then on top of that, I thought I would just show you my outfit since we're spending some quality time together. I got this new dress from Club Monaco. It was in their sale, but it is part of their fall collection. For whatever reason, they just put it on like a 30% off sale, and I couldn't resist because I love these easy silk pieces that they do. I love natural fibers. I think unlike a lot of synthetic fibers, they are worth the Club Monaco price. So I belted it because I think that just cinches everything in because the dress is otherwise pretty shapeless. And that's pretty much it for my outfit. I'm gonna get back to toiling away in the kitchen and share with you my kitchen tour. So I may as well start by showing you the entrance, and right ahead of you can see the living dining room area, which you saw in my last house tour video. Just go ahead and go to the right, which is where the kitchen area is. Here is a zoomed out view of my kitchen, and it's basically a nook shape, a square shape, close to the entrance with a window looking through into the dining living room area, and it has everything that I could want. You can see I really love decorating my fridge, and I was so happy that this fridge is the exposed chrome that is magnetic, so I could stick all of my magnets on it. These I've been collecting for like my whole life. I loved magnets as a kid, so you can see a lot of roosters running through there. That's because my mother and I both really like chickens. We used to have chickens, and she has a huge collection of rooster pottery, so I just have a little mini collection there. You can see my two rooster magnets, and then just food ones like the leeks, the cheese, a kale one, a strawberry, a tomato. If you're wondering about the picture of the dolphin, his name is AJ, and I actually went swimming with him in Florida like a decade ago. So AJ is probably an old man now, but he was in his youthful years when we swam together. So then I have a gumball machine, a magnet, and then to the left hand side you can see I have my Eleanor magnet. I'm sure you guys know by now my full name is Eleanor, but I go by Elle. And then I have my Vancouver Fashion Week media pass, and then one of those photo printouts that they did if you tweeted all of the hashtags for Vancouver Fashion Week. So I kept both of those on my fridge because it is just such a good recent memory and so much fun that I wanted to kind of show it off in my kitchen basically. And so if you guys want to see a what's in my fridge video, I would be more than willing to do that on a day where it's more representative. I am giving you a sneak peek right now because I think it's amusing. So I'm having my housewarming today, as I told you guys, and instead of just focusing on the baking, I thought today would be a good idea to make 100 wontons for the very first time. So those are my wontons. And then to the left hand side of the fridge you guys can see that's my beloved spice rack. It is vintage. I ordered it off of Etsy, and all of the jars are made from milk glass, and I absolutely love the way they look with their little gold trimmed labels. And I hand wrote in my best calligraphy all of my labels for my spices because I do use quite a lot of spices. So I just love that, and it just sits there because there's really nowhere to hang things up in this kitchen, unfortunately. So I just basically use some double stick tape to stick it against the side of the cabinet surrounding the fridge. Then I have a pitcher, which is for sangria that I'll be making later. My giant Bialetti coffee maker, because that is how I have my coffee every morning. I just love it, and I've never felt the need to get anything fancier so far because I do love the coffee that it makes. To the left of that you can just see my ordinary kettle for making tea, and then I have the product of my baking work for this morning. Other than making the wontons, what I've done so far is I made a giant loaf of banana bread. It's got chocolate chips running through it, and then with the excess batter I made some muffins basically from the banana bread batter, and you can see I already ate one as like a lunch snack. To the left of that I have my Tefal ActiFry, which I am adoring. It's new. It was a gift to myself when I moved apartments for all of the horror of having to pack stuff up and deal with movers. That's what I got myself, and it does make excellent fries. Then I have my juicer on the side. I really want to start using that again. I've been on a bit of a juicing hiatus recently, but it used to be my favorite breakfast for a long time. To give you a really quick tour of what's in my cabinets, you guys can see on the left hand side I have my Anthropologie bowls, both the large ones and the small ones. I have my mugs on top. My cat mug is from Whole Foods and it's my favorite mug to drink tea out of. To the left of that are my coffee mugs, also from Anthropologie. Then you guys can see I also have a Hello Kitty water bottle. Everybody makes fun of me for that water bottle. I don't know why, but I really like it. So I guess I am just a crazy cat lady. Then in the left hand side cabinet I have all of my teas. You guys can see that's my favorite brand of green tea. It's the Yamamoto Yama. Then I have a ton of chamomile tea on top of that because I drink that most nights before I go to sleep. I do have these transparent cabinets to the left of that, and I keep some staples in here like olives and artichoke hearts and capers apparently. Then I have risotto rice and cornflake breadcrumbs in those jars, and you'll see more of those jars in a moment. And I just want to say those are from the dollar store, and I really think that that's something that is a great thing to get there if you have a good dollar store near you. They are made of glass and stainless steel, and they were $1.25 each. And my cat soap dispenser, that one is from Hong Kong when I was working there. Then I just have an ordinary one from Walmart for a regular dish soap. In the cabinet that's above the sink I have all of my glasses. Some of them are from Anthropologie. Those are basically the colorful ones, and then the ones that are clear are mostly either vintage or from Rydell. In this cabinet I have the rest of my glass jars that I got from the dollar store. So you can see I keep nuts, sugar, lentils back there. My sunflower oven gloves are from Walmart, and then my little turtle measuring cup is from Pure Imports, and I absolutely love it. Basically its shells come off and you can measure things out with them, and you'll see I'll be using those to show you guys my granola recipe. And over there in that corner you guys can see on the right hand side I have a tray with olive oil, chili flakes, and Maldon salt for cooking. I also have some vinegar in there and behind, and some regular salt. So those are my most used items that I just kind of reach for when I'm trying to pan fry something or something like that on the stove. And then I have a baking sheet. It's a deep one, which is unfortunate. My shallow one, as you saw, is being used by all of my dumplings, but I'll be using that for the granola and it will be fine. To the left hand side of that I actually have a Madeleine pan. Those are for these seashell shaped cookies that are made with honey, and they are French and they are delicious, and those will be one of the things that I will be presenting at my housewarming, but I still need to make them. And to the left of that I have the broth for my wonton soup that I'll be having for dinner. Alright, so over here in the middle of the counter are all of the essentials for making delicious homemade granola. Fufu awkwardly licking himself during this cooking video. So the ingredients for making homemade granola are few and simple. So in this large bowl I have 3 cups of rolled oats. So you can get this from any grocery store. This isn't the same as instant oatmeal, however, so be careful what you get. In this bowl I have some chopped walnuts and some slivered almonds, and I have 1 cup of each in here. All of the measurements will be listed in the recipe in the bottom bar below though, so don't worry about writing down everything that I say. Over here I have some dried coconut that just gives a really nice nutty flavor to the granola, but if you're not a fan of coconut you can skip it altogether. I've made it without the coconut before and it was just as delicious. Then I have some high quality maple syrup. I think maple syrup is a really healthy sweetener. If you have another sweetener like agave that you prefer, that would also probably work in this recipe. I just really like the maple syrup. And this, you guys, this you cannot skimp on. This is extra virgin olive oil, and you really do need a really good quality oil to put in this recipe. If you wanted to use coconut oil you probably could, but use a healthy oil that is high quality and cold pressed. It's 1/3 of a cup. for 3 cups of oatmeal. Basically will make your oatmeal crispy and it will give it this savory quality. I know it seems strange to use olive oil, but I really do highly recommend that you guys do that. It's important to have an equal measure of fat and sweetness for a really great granola. For me, that's the life-changing thing about this granola. The difference between store-bought granola, which is just very sweet but has no healthy fats in it, and this one, which in my opinion is healthier and tastier, is the balance of oil and sweetness in it. And then in behind that, I just have a Tupperware container which I will be storing my granola in once it's made. I'm just going to pour my nuts and almonds into my oats as well as my coconut. This is the easiest ever recipe. And if you guys want to see more healthy recipes like this that I like to eat on a daily basis, then definitely let me know in the comments below. I think it would be a really fun fall series to do. So then I'm adding my olive oil. All my ingredients are in my bowl, and I'm just going to stir until everything is coated, which will take about a minute. And then I'm going to spread it on my baking sheet, and I will be right back. See my tray of granola right there, ready to go into the oven as soon as it's preheated. And I'll just show you a brief glimpse of what's in here, but they're not the most exciting essentials. I just have all of my cooking utensils here, forks and spoons, and these dividers are all from the dollar store as well. Then in the drawer below, I have my colanders, saucepans, and then I have my Le Creuset, which was a beautiful housewarming gift. I love the ombre red colors. It goes from cayenne to like this warm red wine color, and I absolutely adore this. You can make any kind of things in it, like stews or soups, and it's just really a great thing to have in a kitchen if you're willing to invest in it. Alright, so I hope that you guys can all see how golden and delicious that gets. You can see all of the nuts get really roasted up. That baked at 325 degrees for 40 minutes, and I think that's just the perfect amount of crunchiness. So I'm just going to transfer all of this into my jar with my froggy spoon. I hope you guys liked my kitchen tour. Another house tour video will be going up next Monday. I think you guys will really like that one, so keep an eye out in your subscription boxes for that video as well as my regular Friday video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.